So a lot of conflicts going on in the world, but nothing too major, a lot of minor conflicts, which could lead to the massive world war that I think we're all expecting. So last time we left off, Persia was really close to taking over the Suez Canal. We'll see if they can do it. They actually need a melee unit, which they have. They've got two, well, even three, almost. One is like kind of more of a two and a half. They're close though. You know, with these Gatling guns, they're going to do a lot of damage, and the cannon units help as well. So more than likely, one of these Gatling guns is going to get destroyed, which is going to open up for a melee unit close by. We might be able to see this if Carthage doesn't reinforce soon. Okay, so Congo have adopted autocracy with Champa in Vietnam. Wait, what is it? Oh, Washington. Yeah, they lost their capital. Washington has been destroyed, and that is it. So they still have 3 more cities technically, but actually, I think they're going to keep a hold of Seattle, surprisingly enough. I do think they're going to keep a hold of Seattle. So there's a lot of civs going out there looking for like random islands to settle. This is like the final stage in the game where they have still cities they still have settlers going out there in the world to settle. Oh my gosh, Washington could take this back. I didn't even think about that. It's interesting to see America not go out without a fight. I mean, they took over a Canadian city. They'll probably take back Washington, destroying a unit, whatever unit remains inside. The British are going back home, which is a very smart move. Who is going to settle Ireland? That is the real question. And Iceland. Oh, it's probably going to be Poland. Someone. It might be Poland. We saw that France. So the Zulu did take that city over. Oh, watch out for this French settler too. The French just took over this Congo city. I'm sorry. The Zulu just took over this Congo city. Surprisingly enough, we had a few nations go to war with Shaka, and I was so I don't know, interested. I was like, why are you going to war with the Zulu? The Zulu still look strong. I thought it was kind of a stalemate, but the Congo were not able to reinforce enough. Now, this is what I'm thinking. Well, we could see America did take that back. They did retrieve their capital back. Really love that emblem. It always looks so nice seeing someone re-grab their capital. Okay, but we could see the Ashanti attack the Western Congo Empire. I think that's very likely now that all of these troops are aligning the borders. So we'll see if that actually comes true, that prediction. They're going to have to lose a lot more units. We'll have to see if the Zulu continue to attack to the north and go after the Congo capital. Ethiopia has not had very much luck at all attacking Egypt, and Egypt hasn't had any luck attacking Arabia. Yes, so this city might fall, but Carthage is bringing in reinforcements, which is a big problem for Persia. Very big problem for Persia. But like I said, I mean, this could lead to if they slap down in a citadel, like here on this tile, they'd be able to get enough where they'd be able to maneuver ships from the Indian Ocean to the Eastern Mediterranean, which would be crazy. Okay, so like I said, boom. So about 4 videos ago, I said that Korea was going to catch Napoleon, and he's 1 tech behind now. Look at this. Look at this huge tech advantage that these two have. Catherine is actually significantly further behind, which, keep in mind, Russia doesn't have a border with France yet, but she does have a border with Korea. So that's not good. I think that Russia technically has more units, but if they're 6 techs ahead of Russia, that's going to make a big difference. Siam not too far behind either, and then Churchill also tied for the 3rd place spot. Yes. Okay, let's go ahead and keep moving on. That really tells a lot. That really tells a lot. So, you know, Russia isn't in as good of a situation as maybe we initially thought. The Ottomans going to war against Washington. What the Russians really need to do is they need to attack Persia, but I think Persia is pretty strong in their eyes, even though they're focused on their attack of Carthage. If they lose enough units, then Russia might decide to go after them. This isn't good. They don't have a melee unit nearby. They can almost take this city over, but they can't do it yet. And with Carthage reinforcing, that's bad. Although it's opening Carthage up to an attack, the Ashanti are going to go to war with somebody, I think. Whether that be with the Congo or Carthage to the north, I think they're going to attack somebody. The British are attacking Washington. Oh my goodness. Okay. While there's a Canadian war going on in the background. Oh, okay. Okay. Very, very interesting historical things going on. I actually think they might have a chance if they get over here fast enough, which I don't think they will get over here fast enough. What might happen is Canada will take over Washington. These Canadian units will leave. The privateers will take back Washington. That is when I think the British will have their opportunity. Could you imagine a British-controlled, well, United Kingdom-controlled, I guess the British-controlled Washington. Oh, man. That would be interesting. So now we have Japan and India, the Ottomans in India, Japan and Washington also. Who are the Ottomans? The Ottomans are going after Mali, right? I think so. Persia did enough damage to Carthage to free up a few spaces, a few tiles to maneuver in. The problem is that this is rough terrain. They can get this melee unit next turn on this hill and another melee unit on this turn. They'd be able to walk in with possibly two melee units, two chances for melee units, I should say. Yeah, this has just been a pretty big cluster. Ooh, wait a second. Now, Australia could do some damage. They definitely could do some damage with Seattle being coastal. Australia is not afraid to send over units pretty far. Wait a second. Did Japan declare war on? Yes, he did. So if Japan has some units, if they're smart enough, which for some reason the Japanese AI has not been, if Japan is smart enough, they'll send over units to attack Seattle. And then boom, they'll finally have their landing in North America. Someone needs to take some land away from Canada. Or else Canada's going to snowball. And they're going to be unstoppable. We know that Australia will do it, though. Australia will do it. All right, so let's see what happens. The privateers are now healing up. The British might get there maybe too fast, though. We'll see. Canada I think Canada can take it over now with one cannon and at half Great War Infantry. They'll probably bring in reinforcements, too. As well as maybe the Lancer. Carthage and Columbia have pieced out. Champa and the Indians have pieced out. Nothing else going on in Europe. Pretty quiet time for Europe. Rome is just destined to fall, though. Jeez. I can't believe France has allowed Rome to stay around for so long. See, Persia keeps making the same mistake. They're not putting the melee unit in front. They're close to taking it over, though, but I don't know if they're going to be able to. So, bam, Canada's grabbed two cities. They did, in fact, grab back Washington. We'll see if the British or the Americans go first. But in order for our scenario to work out, the Americans need to take it back with their fresh privateers. So, technically, right now, Washington is down to two cities. He might go to three, though. Okay, so, yes, Washington does move first. I'm imagining this ironclad is going to attack. Now, my whole theory means nothing if Churchill doesn't actually engage, which would be very upsetting if he doesn't, because he has the opportunity to. Is this France settling? Where's France going? They could be settling south of their New World colony, or they could be going to Ireland, or they could be going to Iceland. Somebody, I think, is going to be settling these three islands. Two of these three islands are going to be colonized. I just don't know how or by who, I guess. A bunch of battles going on in the Caribbean and Central America. Pretty big mess there. Luckily for Washington, Canada is still pretty distracted by Mexico, so, I mean, that has helped out quite a bit. Has Australia mobilized their fleet? No, not really. Okay. Yeah, not really. Sam should really grab this territory. I think they could really use that to their advantage. Poland moving through Russian territory. I wonder why. So Poland and Russia working together somewhat here. Yep, Persia decided to just go with the peace deal, which probably was good for Persia because, like I said, I don't think they would have kept that for very long, and that would have just put them at more risk of being attacked by the Ottomans. But you never know. I mean, the Ottomans don't have a lot of nations they can go to war with, so I kind of get it. But they do have quite a few units. They definitely have a lot of units. The French Carthaginian War might be interesting. Only in terms of like the fleet battles that go on in the Mediterranean. Obviously, Rome will probably fall due to the massive army that France has. They already have paratroopers, geez, and a submarine. Actually, it won't be that interesting because the submarine's going to demolish the ships in the Mediterranean. Okay, so the British are moving forward, but they won't take over Washington. Dang. So our scenario is not going to work. like, because the Americans won't take back Washington, so that means that the British will not be able to take that with their own fleet. Dang. Poland doesn't care about Ireland, and I guess France wants Iceland instead. Seems like Ireland would be a little bit more valuable, but that's okay. You can do whatever you want. I'm not going to be upset. You do you. You do you. So the Persians have their first, I think part of, like, almost one of the first aircrafts in the entire world. We haven't seen much of those. I don't think we've seen any of those. Okay, so Japan is, in fact, and Siam settled North America. Maybe we will still see a lot of colonization of North America. Unfortunately, Canada has already grabbed so much territory. So there's not a lot left. There's not a lot left. Yeah, Japan might be able to do this. There's more privateers, you know, really nearby. Japan, I think, could really utilize this holding, because there's still all of this, you know, northern Mexico and kind of Arizona, Nevada region that still has yet to be uncolonized. I think Canada might be a little bit too distracted with all their wars. So, because now they can focus on Mexico. I guess they might be able to move towards Seattle, but I think Japan has the opportunity of taking Seattle before Canada gets there, which is kind of what they absolutely need right now. Turn 331, we have a reformation belief added. How is the Congo-Zulu war going? It's going okay. Yeah, it's going okay. Nothing too crazy. Bam, Colombia grabbing another island near Madagascar. In Madagascar itself. So I want to just mention to everybody that definitely we're going to have some very sort of longer processing turns, probably longer than we've ever seen before. Bam, there goes French Iceland. Definitely probably more time in between the processing turns than we've ever seen, I think, in the past. So I will begin probably now. Yeah, probably now. I'm going to start to put turns in between the breaks. Obviously, if a big war breaks out, I'll stop it there, and then we'll start from there. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out to everybody. That's exactly what I do in EU4 AI only. If I used to do EU4 AI onlys just straight up, you know, where I show you every single thing, and they weren't as successful. When I started to put breaks and when nothing was going on, I'd put a break in the series. That's when things went a lot better. And normally I don't need to do that in Civ 5 because usually there's things going on all the time. But you know, because the turns are taking longer to process, I don't want you to sit here and just not watch anything. So I will be doing that. I think after this video, I'll probably be doing at least 5. I'm thinking maybe 5 turns. Maybe that's a lot. It would really depend, I think. Maybe starting off in 3 to 5 turns, unless, of course, like I said, a big war breaks out, or if they're minor wars, no, I won't do it. But if it's a major power, then definitely we'll stop and watch and see the reactions. And yeah, so just want to let you guys know that. But yes. Anyways, the Zulu, I think, have somewhat run out of steam here, but so have the Congo. Again, I'm waiting to see what the Ashanti are going to do. The Ashanti might be going after Carthage, though. Which they would absolutely dominate, actually. Carthage, I think, is on the verge of being that one civ that is going to completely crumble. They're way too spread out, and they don't really have the military to defend themselves, defend their borders. I think this could be really, really bad. Let's go and check on the Japanese progress. Japan has been mostly destroyed from Seattle. Oh, Japan, come on, bro. I just want to see a strong Japan. That's it. Persia's got 2 aircrafts now. And now Persia's going to go after Arabia. Okay, so let's see if they can do it now with a Air Force. And wow, okay. Yep, they're going to do it. That's all it took. It's funny to see how long it took both. I think Ethiopia was a lot longer ago when they declared that war. And Egypt, how long it took to take over Arabia. And Darius is going to do it in like 2 or 3 turns. It's about dang time. Holy crap. Arabia should have been eliminated such a long time ago. But so should have Mali. Mali should have been eliminated a long time ago as well. Really interesting borders going on in Europe. Love that Iberia is divided into like 3 different colors. Same thing goes for like Western Europe with Denmark, mainly France, obviously, and the UK. And then we have this very interesting buffer zone with Poland, France, and Russia. Toledo being settled. kind of messing up the borders a little bit, making them unclean. But we're going to see some drastically unclean borders with everyone trying to go out and grab all those islands. I just want to see how Persia is going to react, or I guess, I'm sorry, how Arabia is going to react. There already has been a rifleman landed. You're talking about multiple... oh, now they're just building so many planes. Persia, good for you. 4 planes already. You must have just mass-produced your aircrafts. Yep, so next turn, Memphis will finally fall. Arabia will be eliminated. We'll be down to 32 civs. And as well as Persia is going to be even more spread. Again, Persia, a lot like Carthage in this campaign. Spread very thin. I think Persia and Carthage now together could both lose a lot. They could potentially both lose a lot, I would say. See, what is Poland doing? I don't know. That's usually a very bad sign, though, when AI start to do that. I've talked about this a lot of times. It's a very bad decision to be moving through borders like that because you can't reinforce. I mean, what does it look like in the heart of Poland? Yeah, you're undefended, dude. You are completely undefended. Colombia going after Washington. Someone will probably destroy Seattle. Maybe it will be Colombia. I'm not sure. But anyways, guys, I'm going to have to stop right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.